we're going to look at complete sentences. Complete sentences have two parts, and every sentence has to have it, or it's not complete. So it has a subject that tells you who or what the sentence is about, and then it has a predicate, and that tells you what action the subject does, or it links the subject by telling you what the subject is, like saying, my dog is loud. You know that we're talking about my dog, that's your subject, and then the predicate links to tell you what my dog is. Okay, so every sentence has to have one. It's like peanut butter and jelly. Those go together. Now, you can eat just a peanut butter sandwich or just a jelly sandwich, but you cannot write a sentence with just a subject or just a predicate. All right, it has to have both. So if you look at the other side of your page, mine are two sides or two pages, but yours should look just like this, and it might be blue or it might be pink or maybe even a surprise other color. It doesn't matter, they all say the same thing. I want you to look right here under subject. It gives you some ideas, like who are we talking about? The musician, the player. You could even just say he, or you could have someone's name like George or Sue. What? Maybe we're talking about the playground. Maybe the playground is closed. That predicate will link to tell you what that playground is. Lake, jacket. And then actions are the predicate. We also call those verbs, an action verb. Anything you can do. Play, struggle, flap, talk, walk, jump, yell, say, anything like that. Linking verbs in the predicate are things like is, am, was, were, anything like that. So it doesn't tell you what the subject is doing, it just tells you what the subject is or was. Okay, so every sentence has to have one of those. You are going to put something into your notebook so that you always have it. You can always look back and refer to this, but you'll have it in your notebook to look at. So when you're editing, when you're looking over your work, or someone else is looking at yours and they say, that's not a complete sentence, then you can go back and see who or what was I talking about and what are they doing? What's the action or what are they linking to? And if you don't have both, you know it's not complete. It has to be fixed. If you do have both, then the other person's wrong and you've got it right. So right now I want you to take this and find your writing notebook. You're looking for your resources. Go to your table of contents. Always remember, if I go too fast, you can pause. I won't wait on the video, but you can always pause it and come back. Your table of contents right now, add number 3, which is complete sentences. Pause to copy that if you need to, and then go to page 3. If after page 2 is blank, write a 3 on there, and you're going to glue this in here. Glue it towards the top so you have a little bit of room to write. Uh-oh. I was going to show you how to glue it, but I guess I didn't grab my glue. You know how to do it anyway. You're just putting glue around the edges, and then maybe like an X through the middle, and flip it over, and it will stay in there for you. All right, this is always yours to refer back to. But before you are done, I want you to use the space down here to write 2 sentences. Your sentences have to tell you who or what, and then what that person or thing did, or link them to something. So it could be, if you don't have any other ideas, you can always use mine. So it could be my dog. That's who we're talking about. My dog barks early in the morning. And that's true. She thinks she hears bunnies, and she thinks we should get up early. My dog is who we're talking about. So I'm going to underline that once. And what my dog does is barks. Now that one word is my verb, but everything after that subject Everything after I tell you who or what we're talking about is my predicate. So I'm going to draw 2 lines under that. So you can either pause the video and copy mine, or you can pause the video and write your own. And at this point, your second sentence, I'm not going to give it to you to copy. I want you to think of one. All right? So who are you talking about, and what does that who or what do? Okay? So my dog, that's who I was talking about. You can use my dog again. Just make your dog do something else. Write those down. And then as there's time, whether it be today or it might be later in the week, depending on what your teacher says, you can use these cards. Each card has a sentence on it. And your job is to find the subject and the predicate. Who are they talking about? And what is happening? So depending on the instructions, you might be writing them down. Or if it were me, I would use the marker right on here. I would figure out who's the subject. The dancing princess wore a pink dress. Who are we talking about? The dancing princess. That's the subject. I would underline that once. And what is the dancing princess doing? She wore a pink dress. So I'd underline that twice. That's the predicate. That's how I'd get away with not having to rewrite the sentences all the time. All right? Once you're finished with those, then you can get the answer sheet and check your answers. Any of them that you got wrong, go back and try to figure it out. How did you miss that? Who are they talking about in each sentence, and what is happening?